ordered our interpreter, Vlad Dutier, to call out for her daughter in French.
You got hail. Okay. You bring the dog. Okay.
We got Wells from Harris. We got somebody. We got some. We hear somebody.
Believing they've heard a faint cry, the firefighters insert a listening device into the rubble. Vlad is told to tell the victim to tap 3 times on whatever is nearby.
Est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un qui est dedans? Frappez 3 fois. Tap, tap, tap.
They've heard very faint tapping sounds. They think she's alive, but there's so much noise around, it's very hard to tell. So they're bringing in one of the dogs to see if the dog will pick up the scent.
Jasmine Seguar's dog is named Maverick, specially trained to pick up the smell of a living human trapped in debris.
What happened with the dog?
Showing some interest, but not a strong alert of a sign of live human scent. He wasn't giving that to us.
It is possible for a living victim to be so deeply buried the dog can't smell them, so the team decides to go further in.
What we're doing right now is painstakingly difficult and dangerous. It's like moving around pieces of a jigsaw puzzle that can fall on top of you and kill you or crush the person you're trying to save. They have to be very careful about what blocks they remove and in what order they remove them.
Oh, we're always thinking aftershocks. I mean, that's our first concern. Second is the structure still intact?
Unsure exactly which direction to dig, they once again try to get the little girl to tap.
I'm going to say something. Lélé, non! Lélé! Lélé, que nous entende! Est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un? Il y a monde dedans! Frappez 3 fois! Tap, tap, tap!
Again, it seems they get a tapping response. A crowd gathers. So do others with pictures of their loved ones they believe may also be trapped inside. Another dog is brought in, a border collie named Hunter. Despite Manushka's silent prayers, Hunter finds nothing.
They've now been at this for about 3 hours. The last dog that they brought in didn't get any hits.
But around the other side of the building, 2 firefighters have crawled into another small hole and are convinced they've just heard something.
What'd you hear? What'd you hear?
Definitely distinct.
Distinct tapping.
Yeah. This is the best possible news. They've just gotten a tap that this little girl, or at least somebody, is alive down there. It's incredible. What goes through your mind when you hear that sound after working on this for so many hours?
That it's time to go to work. It's time to go to work and move to see if we can find her. Do our job.
The clock is ticking.
Clock is ticking.
Bolt cutters and snips.
After 7 hours on site, however, they stop hearing tapping. A 3rd dog is brought in and finds nothing alive.
2 hours ago or so, when you guys heard distinctive tapping, is it possible that was just ambient noise?
It very well could have been.
The other possibility is that a person expires, that they tap at one point and then they're no longer able to.
This is true. We're 4 days into it without food or water, and we're talking about possibly a 10-year-old girl, and every human has their limits.
Their last hope is to lower several microphones in different parts of the building.
They've now placed 4 microphones in separate locations on the ground floor in the rubble. This is a critical moment. If they hear something, they'll continue working. If they don't get any response, they're going to stop the operation.
Est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un? Il y a monde dedans! Frappez 3 fois! Tap, tap, tap!
In the movies, this is when a small sound would be heard, a faint tap, a child's cry. But this is Haiti, and this is real. And despite their best hopes, they hear no sound of life. They break the news to Manushka and the others. The search is over, they tell them. There's no one left alive. Manushka asks for one more dog search, and her wish is granted. doesn't take long.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Caddy.
So they said so, basically saying there's no law. At this location, there's no one.
Personne vivante, pas d'espoir.
Pas d'espoir.
After 4 days of waiting, crying and hoping, trying to get anyone to come to her aid, Manushka refuses to believe her daughter and her classmates are gone. The children aren't dead, she says. They might be in a coma, but they're alive. I believe they're still alive. Come by tomorrow and check for us, won't you please? The kids are alive. They aren't dead. I'll wait for you tomorrow. Tomorrow, the team will not come back here. There are other buildings to check. Other families still waiting. The searches go on, but on this site, they're done.